So, for some people, success means financial progress or job promotion, and for others, it's more about finding happiness and doing what you love. So, how would you define success?
That is another good question. You guys are like, sophisticated with your questions here. You got to find balance. At the end of the day, this is a business. I think people get forget this is the music business, not the, music, you know, cool like music lifestyle, music culture. No, it's the business. So you want to find a balance between delivering, making sure you put up numbers on the board, as we like to say, obviously growing, through promotion, through experience, and then, of course, fulfillment. And for me, at this stage of my career, even though I still have so much more to go, fulfillment is a very important factor in it. I have to still love what I do, whether you're a carpenter, whether or not you're a firefighter, whatever it is. You want to continue to love what it is that you do. And once in a while, you have to readjust and you have to kind of take inventory, mental inventory, music inventory, life inventory. That's gonna say, you know what, am I fulfilled by this? Yeah. So, yeah, I think success. Everyone's different. And when I was you guys' age, success was I need my first million before I'm 30. Okay, cool. And then you don't. But the experience and the journey of me going through there has led to this really awesome experience that just I can look back on and say, shit, all right, this is really dope, and allow me to say, what makes me happy, and I the artists and the music that I'm involved in plays a very key role in that. When I got brought in to do Janelle Monet, that made me very happy because it was a new challenge. Janelle Monet, normally she has her team, she has her system. Not really wasn't really that open to allowing other creatives into the mix. I knew that that was a hurdle I had to try to get over. We accomplished that through trust, through conversation. She allowed other creators into the mix that she approved. That eventually led to probably her most successful album to date, and that was fun. So every artist is a different challenge. I work with Wiz. With Wiz, I believe that there's still a whole other level of talent in him that hasn't been brought fully out yet musically. So we're at a place now where he's gonna start experimenting and really trying some new things. Yeah, so each artist is different. I think these artists are put in front of you as a new challenge, and you're not gonna grow if you're not challenged. So I hope that answers your question on success because it varies for everybody. But for me, success is there's a big part of it that has fulfillment attached to it, or at least playing a very key part of it.
And probably one of the best ways to describe the music industry or the reality behind it is to give real examples. Can you give us an example of a moment where you felt really low in your career and how you overcame that situation?
Yo, you guys, man, like it's like therapy. The fuck. Um, that happens. You start questioning yourself. You start looking at the changes in the environment. You start, you start when you work for other people. There's a pressure that goes along with that to deliver. One of the lowest points in my career might have been, I want to say, around 2000s, between 2005 and 2009, if I can be honest, because there wasn't much activity going on. Our main breadwinner, Eminem, at the time, was in a really dark place. The game was changing rapidly, and the game was changing in a good way, in a way that I felt I wasn't really capitalizing off of it. We were about to enter the Kanye era, so to speak, and the Kanye era brought to us as fans and as music people, it gave us permission to just go outside the box, but still have a really sincere hip hop aesthetic attached to it. So, I would come across artists like, Kid Cudi and J. Cole and the Clips. Ideally, I wanted to split up with Pusha being his own and Malice doing his own thing as well. That wasn't something that I was getting really too much support on. So you start questioning, like what purpose am I serving? And what that did was it allowed me to really venture off and just get creative with other things, which is when I created the Monday Night Fight Club, which is a really fun outlet that I created for battle rappers. You know, a lot of battle rappers can't really make songs, but if you give them a minute of your time, they'll entertain the hell out of you. That was fun. That also showed that I can, you know, if you allow yourself to get stuck in the moment, that's when you start reaching that dark place where you just like start questioning things, and you need creative muscle memory. You gotta exercise that shit. So that was pretty much the lowest point. I wasn't growing as an executive. I was definitely not in the best surroundings in terms of learning and just getting full on support for certain things. For things that allow me to go to the next level, and but there was a light at the end of the tunnel with that, and that was the recovery album. You know, the recovery album, which falls in line with, you know, those years that we'll talk about later, was an opportunity for me to like finally, believe it or not, help A&R an Eminem album. I had been there for such a long time, but the Eminem A&R system is Dr. Dre, Eminem. That is it. Nobody touches that. And at the time, Dr. Dre had gone off to do headphones. So his sound wasn't really going along with the times, or at least something that was suitable for where M needed to be at the time. So when you finally get a call like, hey, I need beats, you know, already it's like, here, try this. Here's Just Blaze, here's Khalil, here's Havoc, here's this guy, that guy. He was all very open-minded, and it led to, you know, one of the biggest albums of his career and a massive, massive comeback. So that was fun. So again, for the dark period, if, you know, I always tell folks, there is light. You know, you got to just keep at it. And it's so easy to say, oh, man, you got to keep at it. Trust me, trust me. You reach that threshold where you're like, fuck this shit. I'm done. I need to look into something else. What's my next 5 years look like? And if you keep at it and you're really setting your convictions, like, an opportunity is going to present itself. It goes back to the 10,000 hours theory, which
Right.
I'm a huge fan of. Malcolm Gladwell's what is the Malcolm Gladwell book? I recommend it to everyone. Catching a super brain fart. We'll get back to it, but the Malcolm Gladwell book about 10,000 hours. So yeah.
And as you've been talking about it, getting out of your comfort zone could be a hard thing to do, especially like, for example, you're working at one of the top companies in the music industry. So how do you tell your team or have them push beyond their responsibilities and get out of their comfort zones?
The circumstances dictate that, but you gotta get out of your comfort zone every once in a while. Once you get comfortable, that's the new dark place, because now you're like, you know, kind of coasting it, and it reflects in your work, it reflects in your approach, it reflects in the end result. So you need that change. Sometimes the universe tells us, man, whether you like it or not, time for a change. You're not gonna like it, but here it is. If you allow that change if you allow that change to buckle you and just like punch you in the gut and hit the ground, that's, you know, that's your fault. But if you do get this, you can get back up. And I say that metaphorically, obviously, but you need change in order to grow. You need that. It's like the 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 version of yourself, and you need that.